Look, it's not just something you jump into, Fred, you know, isn't marriage?
Well, I wouldn't be jumping into it. I've been thinking of it for a long time. We had a good marriage, me and Edna, until she died, and then, well, just as if the ground had been pulled away from under me. Anyway, times change, and I thought I might have another go, if the right woman came along.
Oh, I see.
No, I reckon that'll be easy.
Eh?
Well, not getting any younger, am I?
Oh, don't be so daft. You're in the prime of your life, lovey.
Right, with the prospect of having our own place, I thought I might swing it, you know, good home, security. Yeah. And she'd be somebody, you know.
Look, there'd be a good few jump at the prospects, love. Don't go selling yourself short.
I wish I could be sure.
You can. You'd be a smashing catch for somebody, love.
All right, take you, for instance.
Me?
Aye. Well, we're good enough mates. You know the trade. I think we could run a place real smashing.
We could?
Yeah. I mean, what if I was to ask you?
You're not going to, are you?
Well, suppose I did.
Be a daft idea, wouldn't it?
There you are.
Look, Fred, I don't want to get married. I don't want to move to the mechanics. I'm happy enough where I am. I've been here years. It's just like a second home to me, love.
Yeah.
Look, Fred, it's got nothing to do with you. Honestly. You make a real good go of it with the right girl, mark my words. Look, I don't think you'll have to look very far, love. There'll be ever such a lot that'll jump at the chance. Pub or no pub.
Good morning.
There ought to be a law against folks as chirpy as you this time of the day.
Well, you know me, kid. Laugh a minute. Life's for the living.
Yeah.
Cheers, Fred. It might never happen. Although it might.
She can't, didn't she? But she does buck you up.
Yeah, she does.
Think so?
Got you working for an hour, is she?
Oh, I'm just doing a bit of stock taking, you know, while it's quiet.
No, bloke. They've got 6 months for that.
Well, stock taking?
Yeah, used to take it home with him every night. And how is the light of my life this morning?
Do you know, I wouldn't be knowing, but I'm not so bad if you're asking.
Oh, was it? Hello, I want some cigars, only bigger than I normally have. I've got a couple of important clients. What you got?
Well, we don't have much.
Look, give us that box here. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks.
Chose the right time to stock up with that, didn't you? License to print money, so I've heard.
You reckon, yeah?
Oh, come on. Big profit in that.
Yeah, would be if we could sell it.
I don't believe that.
Oh, it's true. Well, round here anyway. Beers go like a bomb, but it's wines and spirits.
Yeah, and you could help.
Me?
Well, you don't seem to be buying as much scotch as you used to.
Ah, well, I do most of my drinking in the Rovers or any other five-star hostelry, you know.
Yeah, for the company.
Right, better than drinking alone, so I'll tell you what. You find me the right company, and I'll take the whole stock off your hands. See ya.
Right.
I could find us some company, tailor-made.
Oh, yeah.
A certain lodger of ours.
You never give up, you, do you?
Not till we get this place to ourselves, no.
Married? No missus, no pub. He'd set his heart on it. What who? That's the big question, lovey.
Oh, are you going, love?
Yeah.
I'll not be long. I just want a word with Bet while I remember.
Ah, right.
Anything wrong?
No, love?
Hello, love.
Hello, love.
I just want a word with Bet if she's not too busy.
Bet.
Come and go, master.
Really wants you.
Hello, love. It's about them 2 jumpers from your mail order catalogue, you know. I didn't know which one to have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I'll take them both.
He last at big spenders. Hang on, I'll have to alter my list.
By the way... What? Any luck yet?
What about?
You're supposed to be looking for another flat.
I am.
Give us a large Scotch pen.
Hang on a minute, love.
I'll get that.
You're not my favourite barmaid, Blondie is.
Oh, she's busy.
She's never too busy for me, are you, darling?
I'm always too busy for you.
I don't know why you keep fighting against it. I don't really. Won't taste the same, you know.
Well, if you don't like it, you can lump it. And in case you've forgotten, she has got a name, you know.
Charming. Who's your friend, then?
Just a fella I happen to know. Who knows how to treat a lady when he sees one.
Very true, Bet. I do.
Hello. Hey, have you seen Len? We were in what? About an hour since, but it went against Sharpie.
Tar. Where the heck have you been?
I've been grafting, haven't I?
Well, I phoned you when I got back. Langton said you'd left.
I just went for some petrol, that's all.
Did you tell him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's going to see the Building Society this afternoon.
Good. He can buy me a drink, and maybe I shouldn't want it.
Hello.
Right.
Oh, do us a favour, will you? We've run out of change. Can you let me have some?
Yeah, what do you want? 5 or 10?
Tenner do nicely. Ta.
Taken to it, you won't you?
Eh?
Like a duck to water.
What?
Well, the shop.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I don't know how Renee managed before, you know.
No regrets.
You what? I've got a lovely wife. Independence.
I might be treading the same path myself shortly, Alf.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to the brewery about to get a pub of my own, you know.
Oh, looks promising, does it?
Very. When I find a missus.
Missus?
Aye, well, they only want married couples just now, you know.
Oh.
Well, don't say it like that.
Well, it is a bit of a problem.
There's no problem. I'll just have to get wed, won't I?
Anybody I know?
Well, got one or two ideas, yeah.
Well, I wish you luck, mate. I was lucky, you know, finding Renee right under my nose, so to speak.
Fred, toss us that cocktail, will you, Cock?
Ah, it's funny how things work out.
Right under your nose, you said, eh?
Yep.
That's the second time somebody said that to me today. Or something similar.
There you are. Don't say I never give you now.
Oh, Tarlo. Where's yours?
I'm not having one. I've got some shopping to do. She's going to miss you. You're pankering off, you know.
Yeah, I know. Still, you've got to think of number one these days, haven't you?
You don't have to tell me that.
Hey, I say, what do you think of the idea? You know, me taking my own pub.
Best thing you could do, Fred.
You reckon?
Of course I do. You'd be doing all this for yourself for a start, wouldn't you? There's nought like being your own boss, having your own independence.
Even if it's the mechanic's arms?
Well, what's up with it? It's a bit smaller than here, but if it were your own place...
You take it.
What? Be like giving me Marks and Spencer's. See you later, Fred.
Yeah. Time for the tea.
No trouble.
Everything all right, Fred?
Couldn't be better, love. Thanks to you.
Me?
Wouldn't have to look far, you said. And you were right.
You don't mean,
Our bet, little darling.
Hey, up. What do you reckon to that one?
No good.
How do you know?
That's her husband.
And another one bites the dust.
Oh, I shouldn't go fretting on his account, love. I reckon he's made his mind up already.
Yes? Yeah. Go on. I've been watching him all night. Had a notice.
You've not been standing where I have, love. I'm telling you.
Somebody he knows well enough to pop the question to.
Yeah, any time now, I should think.
Betty,
Yeah.
you got a minute left?
Right,
Oh,
Olive.
Betty,
What?
don't leave me in suspense. Who is it?
Well, seeing as you're asking.
I am.
It's you, love.
Yes, you got a sandwich, love? Do you want a sandwich?
Sure.
I might have cheese and onions. How's the not kissing anyone? Have a drink yourself, will you?
Okay.
Hello, sunshine.
Lovely day, isn't it, eh? It's too nice to be stuck in here all day.
Oh, well, that's life, innit? Mind you, a lovely sunny day like this, I'd have tables and chairs outside me. In fact, that's what I'll do if I get my own pub.
Did you have a word with her?
Oh, Bet, you mean?
Yeah, did you ask her?
Well, no, I didn't get a chance, you know.
Becca's like, look, Fred wants his own pub. Now, Newton and Ridley are quite willing to put him in one, but he must be married. It's a sort of rule they have. Every licensee's got to be a married man.
Well, if he does need a wife, why pick on Bet?
Well, he don't know that many women, does he? Anyway, why shouldn't he fancy her?
Well, he's never given any hint of it before. Well, not to my knowledge, anyway. I'm sorry, love, I just can't see them two as a matching set.
Well, he's not a bad sort of a bloke, you know. And let's face it, she's not likely to get any other offers, is she? Not at her age. And she'd have a good home to go to. And we'd be shut of her.
Oh, that's why you're full of it.
Well, I'm getting a bit fed up of walking in the bathroom and going through a thicket of her underwear. That's when I can get in the bathroom. I'm sick of it, I am straight.
Do you know? And I'm sick of you going on about it, if you must know.
Hello, young lovers.
Hello, love. There's some tea in pot if you want it.
No, I had a cup on my way through.
You're just going to work, are you, love?
Another day, another dollar, Alf. We're away to earn a living, eh?
Oh, I don't know. What about all them men, you know, that you must meet behind the bar?
At Fend at Day, love, there's just so many arms with mugs on Fend.
Well, it could be worse, you know. I mean, at least you work with some nice people. I mean, look at Fred, he's a nice chap.
Fred?
Yeah, we were just saying, weren't we, love? What a nice bloke Fred is.
Yeah, we were.
How long have you two been wed? 3 months, is it? And this is the sort of conversations you have?
Well, we were just saying what a steady sort of a bloke Fred was, you know. There's a lot of fellas today, you know, you never know where you are with them. But Fred is, well, he's dependable.
You know, it's funny you should say that, Alf. Because it's something I've often thought.
Is it?
Many a time. Only this morning I was lying in bed and I thought to myself, take Fred. Take Fred, I thought. He's steady and he's dependable. You know exactly where you are with him.
Well, it's a big thing, that, you know.
Yes. You're behind the bar of the Rovers, handing out pint pots. That's where you are with him.
Oh,
Yeah?
we'll get on again.
It's time I weren't here. But I shall look at Fred with new eyes following our little chat, Alf. Tra.
So,
Do you know, as a matchmaker, you've no future at all.
she could do a lot worse than Fred G. A lot worse.
Well, she could think she could do a lot
Well,
better.
that'd make her a good husband. And we'd be shut of her.
Quiet this dinner. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. Don't mind me saying, love, but are you avoiding Fred or what?
What makes you think that?
Well, when he's in here, you're not. And when he isn't, you're avoiding him, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm going to carry on doing it and all.
But look, if he is after you, you can't go dodging him. And if he does want to marry you, it doesn't make him a monster or something, you know.
Betty, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, please yourself, then. Look, but I think it's downright silly. Two grown-up people behaving like this. You're not a couple of kids playing a game of rally-ho.
It's none of your business.
No, it's not, and I'm sorry I spoke.
Well, I'm sorry I just bit your head off. Maybe you're right. Perhaps if Fred has got something on his chest, it's best to get it over with.
Oh, you make it sound like something awful. I mean, if he does propose to you, well, it's a compliment.
On the other hand, it might be a proposition. Still, I've not had many of them lately. It's very worrying.
Ah, well, quiet today.
Yeah, we were just saying that, weren't we, love? Yeah.
I've just made some sandwiches. They're in the living room.
Oh, great. Well, I tell you what, Fred, why don't you hold the fort while me and Betty have our dinner, and then we'll come back and you can get your dinner.
Well, actually, Bet, I was hoping for a private word, like.
Well, actually, I'm not very hungry, so go and get your dinner.
I'm not hungry either.
No.
It's a lovely bit of ham, bone shoulder.
No, I can't leave her on her own to cook.
Oh, don't be sent after. I've seen busy at funeral parlours. Go and get dinner.
Yes. Well, give us a shout if you get a rush on.
Give us a pint in there, Betty.
Hey, Stan, cast your mind back, love, to when you and your Hilda were courting. How did you pick your moment for tackling her, for the proposal?
I don't remember. It was Kayla, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you'd have to be, wouldn't you?
There's tea in the pot.
Right, well, I'll be mother then.
Bet.
What?
Well, I did say I would like a quiet word.
Oh.
Well, don't you think you ought to get your dinner first? It's a lovely bit of ham back, nice flavour. Just a bit mild, like. Do you not like the sandwiches?
Oh, they're very nice. Like I said, I'm not mad hungry. I think I'll see how Betty's getting on.
Bet, I did say I wanted a private word, like.
So you did.
Is there any more tea in the pot?
Might just be able to squeeze last cup out.
Good cup of tea, that. Ever thought of having a pub of your own?
Licensee, you mean? Well, it has crossed my mind now and again. Especially when Mrs. Walker's been coming the old acid a bit heavy.
Wonderful thing, that, being your own boss. I think I've always wanted a little pub of my own, You've got to have a woman with you, though, a wife, like. Any road, Bet, I've had a word. I've had a word with the brewery, and they've more or less said, OK.
They'll put you in a pub and find your wife.
No. Look, they'll put me in a pub with a wife. That's the way they like it. Anyway, I've been giving it a lot of thought. I haven't made a hasty decision, like. So, what do you think about it?
What about?
Well, you and me.
In what respect?
Well, you know.
Fred, are you proposing to me?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it might be your idea of a proposal, Fred, but,
Well, look, I've been giving it a lot of thought. I haven't been hasty about it. What you need to run a pub is teamwork, and I think you and I could make a good team. We'd make a good partnership.
But running a pub is one thing, Fred.
But this wouldn't be any little backstreet boozer. It'd be somewhere where we could have a bit of scope for putting meals on and that. I'd look after that. That's where the money is. I think we could make a real good go of the Mechanic's Arms.
I have no doubt that you could handle the running of the pub, Fred, but that is not the point.
No, but you see, you'll be behind the bar. Now, Bet, I've weighed you up. I mean, you do well, and the customers like you and all, and the beef. Whoa, holidays abroad and all that, and we deserve it.
Fred, it's not on.
Look, I am serious. I know it's come as a bit of a surprise. Well, why don't you just think it over, eh?
I don't need to think it over, Fred. And like I said, I'm sorry, but it's not on.
All right. Somebody else, eh?
It's not that. And it's nothing against you. I like you. I think you're a nice fella.
Well, there you are. I mean, why not give it a go?
Because that's not enough. Not for me. You might think I'm a silly, stupid, sentimental woman. But for me to marry a bloke, well, he wouldn't have to be any good. He won't have to be anything. Or I'd have to be in love with him. That's how it'd have to be.
Well, Bet, why not sleep on it, eh?
No, Fred. There's no point. I'll not change my mind. Now, you just answer me one thing. If you weren't in line for a pub, if you didn't need a wife, if you had nothing to gain from it, would you still be asking me to marry you? Now, come on, be honest.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am getting a pub.
You wouldn't. And that's another reason against it. Now, I'll not change my mind, Fred. Cheer up, mate. You're having a lucky escape. There's plenty of girls who'll jump at the chance. You just have a good look round. There you are, lovey.
Stop.
Hey, did he
What?
propose?
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
What do you think? Yes, love.
Sure.
Can I say something, speaking purely as a friend?
If you've got something on your mind, Alf, love, spit it out.
Well, I believe Fred approached you earlier on.
He did. He approached me rather like a giant oil tanker coming into dock at Wigan Pier.
Ah, well, he'd like to be nervous, you know. I mean, I don't suppose he put his case all that well. I believe you turned him down, as you've every right to do.
Thank you. You're very well informed, Alf. Are you Fred's campaign manager or something?
Oh, my head is like... No, he just happened to mention it, you know. Speaking as a friend, I think he might have been a bit hasty.
You do, eh?
Well, frankly, yes. There's a lot to be said for Fred, you know. And, you know, it could be the start of a very good new life for you, love.
Well, I don't mind telling you, Alf. As a friend, I was tempted.
Were you?
Oh, yes. And then I thought, you're going to be walking out on Alf and Renee. Breaking up the happy home. Bet, how can you be that selfish? Leaving your friends in the lurch. Excuse me, Alf, I think somebody wants serving.
You've been a bit quiet this evening, Fred.
Aye, well, I've a lot on my mind, haven't I?
Oh, don't let it get you down, Doc.
Oh, I shan't do. Hey, Bet, have you got a minute? I just wanted to tell you, well, no hard feelings, love. I was a bit disappointed, but, well, I can see your point of view.
Oh, I'm glad about that, Fred. I really am.
Like I said, Plenty more fish in the sea, isn't there?
Any amount. Me and Bet will give you a list if you like.
Bye, we will. We won't put any rubbish on it either.
Hang on, I don't need you two to mark my card. I'll find myself a pub and a missus. Don't you worry. You don't need me tonight, do you?
No, I don't think so. Where are you going?
Fishing. Fishing.
Oh.
Very nearly.
Yeah.
Smell it. Nice.
Have you found her again yet?
Where's the pint, Betty?
OK, Doc.
No, not yet.
Well, you better get in the back and do it now. Are you found her at home or at work? Who? Never mind. Go on, Fred.
Yeah, OK. Right.
I'll say it again. Who?
It's some woman he knows. I think he wants to take her out, but he's a bit scared.
We're off.
Well, in case he's turned down again.
Oh, look, Betty, I'd no choice, had I?
Oh, I know, love, and you wouldn't have been right for him in any case, but it's a bit sad, isn't it?
Pathetic.
No, sad. Hey, and don't you go taking the mickey out of him when he comes back, neither.
You don't give me much credit, do you?
No. Hiya. Have you found her again yet?
Where's the pint, Betty?
OK, Doc.
No, not yet.
Well, you better get in the back and do it now. Are you found her at home or at work? Who? Never mind. Go on, Fred.
Yeah, OK. Right.
I'll say it again. Who?
It's some woman he knows. I think he wants to take her out, but he's a bit scared.
We're off.
Well, in case he's turned down again.
Oh, look, Betty, I'd no choice, had I?
Oh, I know, love, and you wouldn't have been right for him in any case, but it's a bit sad, isn't it?
Pathetic.
No, sad. Hey, and don't you go taking the mickey out of him when he comes back, neither.
You don't give me much credit, do you?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he's here. Hang on. Fred, it's for you, lovey. It's a lady.
Me?
Yes.
Hello. Fred here. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, no, it's all right. Oh, fine. No trouble. No, that's no sweat. No, that'll be okay. Be okay. Hey, and thanks for ringing. See ya.
She can't make it tomorrow, then?
No, she can't.
Oh, never mind.
I'm seeing her tonight instead.
You are rotten, Fred. I wish you'd tell us what she were like.
Well, if all goes according to plan, you might eventually have the pleasure of meeting her, no doubt.
I don't much like the look of this, do you? He's building up his hopes far too fast, like I did with you.
He set his little heart on finding a wife, Betty.
Yeah, maybe. If our Fred's not very careful, he's going to get himself very, very badly hurt before he's finished.
Go on. All together now. Who is that devastating creature what's just walked in? What do you think?
What did I say?
Looks like your eyelids have gone mouldy.
I keep wondering how Fred's going on.
It's only a flipping date, Betty.
It's more than that to him, though.
Well, he's a dope. What's he want the responsibility of a wife and pub for any road? He's better off stopping as he is.
Well, most folk need a bit of position in life, you know, where they can put down the roots. You can't blame him.
Good morning, Stanley, love.
You reckon?
Why, don't you?
What's good about it?
Well, look around you, Stanley. June is bursting out all over. Summer's come at last, just like they said it would.
And how long's it going to stop? And what about us window cleaners?
What about you window cleaners?
You no idea what it's like cleaning a shop window with the sun on your back, have you? It's like being lost in the Sahara without your camel.
You know, Stanley, it's something I've never really thought about, is that?
No, people don't. More's the pity.
Sorry I spoke. Morning, Betty.
Morning, lovely.
Hilda. Have you ever wondered why there's not that big a demand for window cleaners in Arabia? No, I thought not. It's not a subject that crops up a lot, is it? If you ever want to know, ask Stanley Ogden. He'll open your eyes for you. I said good morning, Hilda.
Morning. Ooh. I wonder how many of them that never have a fag out of their mouths would carry on never having a fag out their mouths if they had this mucky job to do every morning. Honest, if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's emptying out other folks' fag droppings.
Bessie, love, is it my imagination or is Amapola not her usual sunny self this morning?
She's had a bit of a knock.
Oh, dear, not with a blunt instrument, I hope.
No, she got sacked from the factory last night.
She's never been moonlighting their machines again.
Well, according to her, there were no bristles on her brush.
Get away.
So she saw Mike bouldering about it. She said she wouldn't do another stroke unless he did something about it. So he did do something about it. He showed her the door. You won't forget the gents' lavvy today, will you, Hilda, love?
Well, I'd have a job, wouldn't I? Seeing as you've already mentioned it twice since I come in this morning.
It's better than moping, Hilda.
Morning, girls.
Good morning, Fred.
Who's got the paper?
There you are, love.
What's that?
You were late last night?
Oh, I did get in a bit late, yeah.
You've been enjoying yourself.
Very pleasant.
Where'd you get to?
How do you mean?
Just went for a drink, did you?
Ah, just as far as a flying horse.
How'd you get on?
Had a few pints, you know.
Yeah.
Game of darts. Threw 3 tons in it on the trot. They think I'm Alan Evans up there.
Now, Fred, ask yourself, are you being fair to the fair, to me and Elizabeth here?
What do you mean?
How do you mean, what do I mean? Now, look, we know that you know that we know that you had a date last night. Now, there are 2 ways we can go about this. You can have it the easy way and give us a blow-by-blow account yourself in your very own words. Or you can have it the hard way and force us to wheedle it out of you one flaming chunk at a time.
No good, Fred. We won't give you any peace.
Oh, well, it's all very sad, really.
Sad?
Well, she didn't show, did she?
Hey, the rotten cat.
Still, some you win, eh?
Oh, poor lad.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, except for just one thing, like.
What thing?
Well, would you have had a pleasant evening like he said he had if you'd have been stood up?
Well, he's just saying that, isn't he? I mean, he's putting a brave face on it.
Do you think so?
Right, I'll see you later on then, eh?
Right, Fred, love, and don't let it get you down.
Oh, that's life, innit? Bit like a football match. One minute you're playing a blinder, the next minute you're getting kicked all over the field, and when that happens, there's only one thing to do. Pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and get on with it.
Having trouble, is there?
He's been what you might call unlucky in love lately.
I know what feeling, kid. It creeps over me on every morning. You know, when I wake up and he's laid at the side of me snoring. Then I look in the mirror. I've got my rollers in, no makeup. I think, whatever happened to baby Jane?
It's marriage that changes fellas, you know.
Do you reckon?
I do. Before we got married, he used to stop for me, rush to open the doors. Before we got to reception, he were elbowing me out at way to get to the bar.
They're all alike. All alike.
I was worried about it, so what best thing to do was, you know, pulling on the... Oh, hello. Did you get through?
I'm sorry, love, I couldn't get off phone.
Well, how are things?
Well, I'll have to pop up there for a few days, you know, to sort something out. But it's you, love, I'm worried about. I mean, you need to fend for yourself.
Why don't you worry about me like that at times?
Listen, love, I worry like that about you all the time. Whether your liver's coping with all that beer, whether you've been arrested.
Sorry.
It will be if you don't get back to that building
No,
site.
I can't rush my beer if it gives me indigestion.
Oh, first I've heard of it.
Oh, me and all. Look, don't worry about me, love. I can fend.
Of course he can. In fact, he'll enjoy it. What husband wouldn't be let off a leash for a few days?
Firk, love, if you mention that word leash just once more, one of these mornings you're going to wake up hanging from one.
Well, in that case, I better hop it then, haven't I?
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Hey, can I get anybody a drink?
No, love. I think we'd better get back, you know. We'll have a queue a mile long.
See you.
Thanks anyway.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Bet, what have you got that's non-fattening and not intoxicating?
Well, we do a very nice line in slimline water. It's going to be very big, they reckon, in the Gobi Desert.
Oh, well, I'll have a vodka then.
Elizabeth, can you hear something?
Like what?
A sort of tapping noise coming out at woodwork.
Oh, yeah. The Death Watch beetle. Quite a lot of them around this time of the year.
Is that what it is?
Well, what else could it be? I mean, it couldn't be anybody human, could it, tapping like that? I mean, they'd be trying to attract our attention by saying, "Excuse me, please, and have you a moment, love."
Hey, when you two finish shunning, I'd like a packet of crisps, if you don't mind.
Hey, Betty, Luke, it's Albert. He's come back to haunt us.
I thought you deserted us up to go and do your supping at the Flying Horse.
I shall do something where I want.
Come on, Albert, admit it. You tried to stop away, but you couldn't manage without our merry banter.
If my feet weren't bad, I'd be up there now. But the pain of my feet's nought compared to what I've got somewhere else, listening to you two nattering. Now, do I get these crisps or don't I?
Right, have them on the house as an old and valued customer of ours.
I pay for everything I have, and you can keep the change, seeing as there is none.
See you again, Albert. Like next Christmas.
Is that dead, Hilda? Or will it not lie down?
Oh, you can take it.
I'm not seeing beer wasted.
Please. You'll never need to be out of work, Stanley. If all else fails, you can always hire yourself out as a professional drunk.
You think it's comical, don't you, folk being out of work?
Sorry I spoke, Hilda. Sorry I spoke.
I'll bob it in here. It's not there. Sorry. Now, are you sure you've got everything?
Oh, I've probably forgotten half a dozen things, love, but I'll muddle through. Ta-da, then.
Ta-ra, safe journey.
Bye-bye, love. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, chance will be a fine thing. Look, you're sure he'll be all right on your own.
But he won't be on his own, will he? He'll have me to look after him. And I will, so don't you worry. I'll see you go short of nothing, won't I, Al?
Yeah, right, well, I'll be off then.
Yeah.
Ta-da, love.
Take care, love.
Come on, Alf, stir yourself. It's past. It's gone 8:30. Rise and shine. That shop should be open by now. Another lovely day. The sun rising over snow-capped mountains. Sailboats skidding across blue waters.
What time did you say it was?
Time you were up and decent. You know, when I were a kid, I couldn't wait to get up of a morning. I couldn't. Like it were all happening out there, and I was frightened of missing something. Do you remember that feeling?
Aye, well.
Aye, well. Oh, come on, Alfred, do shake yourself. Rena'd skin me alive if she knew I let you sleep this long. Well, well. And what have we got here, if it isn't a rude question?
Oh, Renee bought it. It's a joke.
What's it supposed to be, any road? A cat?
It's a rabbit.
Oh, has it got a name?
No, it hasn't.
Well, I like its little jacket.
Look, do you mind buzzing off while I get dressed?
Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, and, Alf. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me, love. I won't send out if you don't.
Oh, it's like I said to Stan, isn't it? Plenty more where that came from. Plenty more. And better paid. Oh, it'd be hard put to find another, you know. Not easy to get good cleaners these days, especially not professional.
So you keep saying, Hilda?
Still, when all's said and done, it's only a job, isn't it? What's one measly job? If he thinks I'm going to lose any sleep over it, he's got another thing coming.
Yes, well, knowing Mike Baldwin, I doubt he'll have thought of it at all. Well, Mrs. Walker. Bet. Well, if I wasn't seeing it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. I take back every word. It was worth every penny, every single penny. You're a changed person, ain't you, Hilda?
Well, marginally changed, perhaps.
You know, seeing you, I'm half tempted to give it a whirl myself, I am.
Well, I can't see much difference myself.
Ah, well, you see, the real benefits of a health farm are more physical than purely external, Mrs. Ogden. And I must say I feel better. I feel much better.
Sorted the plumbing out, did it?
If you're referring to my digestive system, I can assure you there was nothing wrong with it. Coffee on the table, Bet.
Right, thank you.
Rabbit food, that's what Stan calls all that health food malarkey. Overpriced rabbit food.
Well, I suppose, like everybody else, he's entitled to his opinion, however ill-informed. I've been looking all over for you.
Why, what's up?
We wanted to know if you'd heard from him.
Who?
Mike Baldwin. Ivy wants to know how to give you your job back.
Why did he say he would?
That's what we want to know, has he, hasn't he?
Well, he's not said now to me about it.
Oh, well, that's all I wanted to know.
Well, yeah, hang on. What's it to Ivy, any road?
Oh, you'll find out.
Well, it makes no odds. Because even if he did, I'd tell him where to stick his flaming job. Oh, they're crying out for good cleaners these days. I'll have no problem. No problem.
Oh, put another record on, Hilda. You've been droning on about that flipping job all day. I'm off now, Flower. There's some ham salad leftovers on the table if you fancy them.
Ta.
Oh, of course. You two are here on your Todd now, aren't you?
We are, Hilda. And you can take that gleeful tone out of your voice for a start. Because we're not falling for it, are we, Alf?
No.
Do you hear that, Hilda? It won't wash, so there's no point in trying it.
Trying what?
Don't you fret, Petal. It'll take more than a few wagging tongues to put us off our stride, eh? I'll be back at closing time. Don't wait up for us, cock.
Booty, don't you?
How do you know if you're not there to see me?
Oh, go on, get out of it. It's not to do with you.
Oh, flaming Nora. Shut up, you lot, can't you?
Go on.
Get up.
What, love? What did he say? Did he shout?
No, love, it's this lot outside.
Oh. Thought perhaps you wanted me for something.
No.
Bye, Alf Roberts. You can be cruel when you've a mind to. Well, do you fancy a cuppa, seeing as you're awake?
I'd soon have another half hour's kip.
Then you shall have half an hour's kip. Anything. You just name it, and you can have it. And when Bet Lynch says anything, by heck, she means anything.
Hey, less of that. We've not against you, Steve.
You better not let Ivy hear talking like that.
I don't care what she is. Listen, she knows me. I ain't put my hand up for the sake of peace and quiet. And then she comes out with that no strike pay lark. What we're supposed to live on.
Well, what about me? A one-parent family with 3 kids.
Aye, look at her.
I'm only saying...
We know you're only saying. Don't you be getting frightened of Ivy Tilsley. There's enough people in this world to be frightened of without adding her to your list. What are you having?
Half of it, sir.
Now for me. My stomach's a bit...
2 halves, love, please.
Hello. See, they're all standing up for my rights out there, showing bosses what solidarity is, eh?
We're not all that solid.
By heck, we're not. Give us half a chance and we're back.
Oh, yeah? And what about my job?
What about it? Not as important to me as mine is, I'll tell you that for now.
Well, a fine trade unionist you are.
Look, I was a mother long before I was a trade unionist. Hey, Vera, makes a lovely change, this, from having men arguing.
I only asked for 2.
Oh, so you did. Give us money for 2 and send out.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. You've got to pay for your mistakes in this world.
By heck, you're right there.
Who pays for your mistakes, Fred?
I'll put it in, Mrs. Walker.
No, don't bother. But don't start a movement for subsidising drinks for strikers. That would bring the licensed trade to its knees.
Watch yourself. Ivy's on her way over.
Well, it's been going on.
I don't know, but Steve Fisher was mixed up in it somehow.
Hey, what's been going on?
Well, if you'd have been outside, you'd see for yourself, wouldn't you? What do you think we're honking horns for?
You've been honking them horns all flaming morning.
I'll say amen to that.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker, but you can't have a strike without folk getting aerated.
And you must strike.
Yeah, we must. It's a matter of principle.
And anyone can see that you're all people of very high principles.
Some of us didn't want to strike in first place.
Well, you should have done.
Don't you talk to your mother like that, I'll give you a good hiding.
Is it the beginning of World War III?
Right outside, lots of you. You're all on strike, so you can all do picket duty.
Some of us didn't vote to go on.
Look outside, I said. We took a democratic vote. You lost.
By heck. If I could get a couple of 1,000 tickets printed, I could make me fortune. It's better than any world title fight, that lot.
Look, it's serious, this, you know. It's not a game.
Serious. It's a flaming tragedy. If I was Martin Baldwin, I'd shoot the lot on you.
Oh, they are. There's bosses for you. Little Hitlers, every man jack of them. Am I right?
Don't drag me into your highfalutin arguments. I am just a simple little country girl. Isn't that right, Alf? Aren't I just a simple little country girl?
Oh, definitely.
There you are, and he should know. We're living together.
By heck, you wouldn't credit it, would you?
I wish you'd keep your mouth shut.
Oh, shut up, Alf. If you watched everything you said round here, you'd never say a flaming word. I'm like that. I like a bit of fun. If folk take it the wrong road, blame them, not me.
Hi, you're lovely when you're mad. What's she like when she's, you know...
See, he's at it now.
Only because he's an idiot. Now, what have you come in for? A drinker to make trouble?
Well, give us a pint.
Now you're talking. It's more like the Alf we've all come to know and love.
Hey, what have you got, mate?
I've got a bunch of fives for you if you don't shut up.
Honestly, Alf, you're getting worse. Why don't you look on the bright side of life for once?
Aye, Mrs. away from home, blonde barmaid in the house.
Give us a smile. He's right, you're dead lucky. There you go. Now broke, did it?
You're a rotten lot.
Yeah, but we're happy with it. There's plenty to smile about, Alf. There's... Well, there must be summit.
Is that the one, Annie?
That's the one with cheese sauce. Must be difficult doing 2 jobs.
Well, it would be if I was. Had a few days holiday with me at work, though, so I took them off while Rena's away.
Oh, I see. How's Renee? Do you hear?
Yes, she's very well. She keeps ringing, you know.
Yes. Oh.
Now, Annie.
I must speak, Alf. I wouldn't be a friend of yours if I didn't, although I can see I hardly need to.
You mean about Bet staying here while Rena's away?
See, you know.
Well, of course I know. Everybody's on about it. They're all having a go.
I'm not on about it, Alf. I am just putting the point of view of a friendly onlooker. Now, I know nothing's going on. But ridiculous. Wouldn't it?
Yes, Annie, it would be ridiculous.
Well, of course it would. But you see, everybody doesn't see things quite as clearly as I do. Now, Alf, there are people not a million miles from here who would delight in having a quiet ride with Renee the moment she gets back. They don't care whether anything immoral is happening or not. If people are there together and the opportunity is there, that's all they need. The rest they'll make up. And a man and woman who aren't married but who are living under the same roof, well, that's opportunity enough. And sensible people don't give them that opportunity.
Oh, Bet. Oh, Mrs. Walker, I'm glad I caught you. Fred was asking, if you're sending the laundry tomorrow, do you want him to strip his bed?
Oh, thank you.
What sort of an answer's that? Hey, do you reckon it could be guilty conscience? Did you see what colour she went when I mentioned Fred's bed? Oh, excuse me, pot of tea for 2 coming up.
Wouldn't get his labour cheap as he could, give him a chance. Go on, tell me one.
I can't, but I've always reckoned the harder you work, the more you get it long run. I mean, it stands to reason, doesn't it?
All right. And say he pockets extra profit for himself like most of them do.
Well, what's productivity bonuses for then, eh?
Oh, look, will you be told? It's us and it's them. It always has been and it always will be.
Well, I reckon that's old-fashioned, or if it's not, it should be.
Look, Eileen, will you leave it to them that knows, love? What you having?
No more, I'm going.
Hey, don't you forget that you're on picket duty tomorrow morning. And you?
Where you going?
I told you I'm going to Clarence, see if I can get a couple of hours barmaiding. I've got to do something.
God, I'll see you tomorrow, kid.
Here. I wish it were more.
That's not the answer, is it?
Usual, is it, my love?
Well, I wasn't going to. Go on, then. No, I won't.
Now, come along, Alfred, make up your mind. I'm all poised and ready.
No, I won't, love. I've just come to tell you something. You'll be on your own tonight, because I'm staying at the old house in Omdurman Street.
Something I've done?
No, love, no. I just want the house early, you know, so I thought I'd light a couple of fires.
Something I haven't done?
No, I've told you. You see, the coal fires, I don't want to leave. We don't want the house burning down, do we?
Definitely not. Enjoy yourself, Alf. No getting no girls in.
Very wise, very clever. A master stroke. Well done.
Come on now, Alf. What's your secret? How do you pull the bird the way you do?
I don't pull birds.
Ah, come off it. As soon as your missus has turned her back, you're at it.
Listen, can I give you some advice?
About pulling birds?
No, about keeping your mouth shut.
Ah, point second. Can I give you some?
Go on.
If you're that innocent, stop getting so hot under the collar.
Hi, Elsie, gin and tonic.
Oh, why not? Ooh.
Good evening, Mrs. Howden. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Mrs. Walker. There is, however, just one little thing.
Oh, yes, what's that?
I've decided to revert, I think that's the word, revert to my previous name.
Really? Grimshaw?
No, not that previous, the one after that, Tanner.
How very interesting. And one is allowed to, isn't one?
Oh, I'm sure one can, yes.
So, from now on, you're called Elsie Tanner?
If it's all right with you, kid, yeah.
It's no skin off my nose, Chuck. Is it something to do with not paying income tax?
No, nothing to do with that. So, Mrs. Walker, would you mind passing the word around?
Oh, of course. Quite exciting, isn't it, Bet?
Never a dull moment.
Manner of speaking, like.
I heard that. Lies come very easy to your lips, Alfred Roberts.
Yeah, well, whose fault is it I have to tell lies? Definitely not mine.
Fancy a cuppa?
No, thanks. I had one earlier on.
Sleep all right, did you?
Fine.
Did you manage to light a fire in that?
Yes.
Like the old days, eh?
What?
Been a bachelor again. Living in your old house all on your own again.
Yeah, except I'm not a bachelor, am I? I'm supposed to be a married man, and this is supposed to be my home.
Now, look, Alf. It's not my fault that you decided to camp out at your old house while Rena's away. I didn't exactly put your bus fare in your hand and push you through that front door, you know.
Yeah, I never said you did.
No. And if you ask me, it's the worst thing you could possibly have done.
Why is it? I reckon it's the best thing I could have done. Stopped all that silly chatter about you and me being under the same roof after the hours of darkness, didn't it?
So what harm were they doing? And anyway...
What?
Who's going to believe that you were sleeping at your old house just to air it? It's a pathetic excuse, Alf.
Yeah, well, you weren't getting it all, were you? You weren't getting Fairclough and Langton leering at you every time you went at Rovers.
I've had just the same as you know.
Well, you must have a thicker skin than I have, then.
I hope I have. I wouldn't like to think my life were at the mercy of the likes of them two. They no more believe that we were up to any hanky-panky than they believe in true love.
Don't you think so?
Oh, now, come on, Alf. You can't have your cake and eat it. You can't go round saying you want the quiet life and then go getting upset because folk think you're a natural candidate for it anyway. Now, be honest. Do you see yourself as a ram?
Well, of course I don't.
No, and neither does anybody else. Well, except perhaps Renee. Well, I hope she does anyway. Which is precisely why I'm saying I think you made the wrong move.
Yeah, well, I don't see...
Don't you? Now ask yourself something, Alf. When Renee left here to look after a man, do you think she thought anything about leaving us two together? Do you think it crossed her mind even for a single second that it was, well, a risky thing to do?
Well, no, I don't suppose she did.
No, but what's she going to think when she comes back and finds you've been sleeping at your old house? Why should he? She's going to wonder. And you know the old saying, Alf, there's no smoke without fire. I'll go.
It must be quite difficult keeping the shop open and doing your own job as well.
Yeah, well, it's not easy.
Still, I suppose Bet's a tower of strength.
I try to be, Emily.
In fact, she saved my bacon only last night. Insisted on slipping back from the Rovers to sell me a packet of cocoa. You were working late, were you, Alf?
Yes, I was.
Well, don't go overdoing it now. If you want somebody to step in for an hour any time, don't hesitate to ask. I'll willingly do it if I'm available.
Oh.
Thank you. When's Renee due back?
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, it's not too long then. Bye.
Ta-ra, love.
Bye, Emily. Decided to keep Mum about it, have we?
What?
Slipping off home at nights. I think you're very wise.
Yeah, well, there's no need to tell everybody, is there? Just the awkward ones.
What about tonight?
I've not decided yet.
You'll be absolutely safe, you know, Alf. If you decide to stop here. I'll guarantee that. So long as you can control yourself, absolutely nothing will happen.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you could come in.
I've been giving poor Alf a hand, and I am not all that late.
Poor... Oh, Alf?
Yeah, Rena's away, so Alf's holding fort at the shop.
Oh, I see.
Hey, don't go pulling his leg, will you?
Pulling his leg? What about?
Well, you know about him and Bet living there together on their own. A lot of the lads have been very cruel, you know.
I can imagine.
I mean, so much so that poor Alf's been sleeping at his old house just to shut him up. He said it'd give the place an airing.
Oh, dear.
See the shop stewards are out in full force again? Is it funny how a strike seems to fill the nearest pub?
Well, I suppose they're entitled to a rest and victuals, even if they are on strike.
Maybe, but having them in a pub somehow tends to make the whole thing look like a picnic. Well, it does to me anyway.
I think you're being a bit old-fashioned, Bet. You know, you're not required to suffer when you're on strike. Well, not anymore, anyway.
Oh, it is a picnic then, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a positive protest, a public statement, an assertion that you're being unjustly treated.
Well, all I can say, Ken, is I can think of worse ways of spending a summer's day like being inside that factory. Another shouting match across the street. I don't know. There's never a dull.
Do you know you could catch Concord in that?
You're not supposed to be here till tomorrow.
I know, that's what everybody keeps saying. And in exactly that same tone of voice. I'm beginning to feel unwelcome.
Did we get there wrong or something?
No, you didn't. I just came home a day sooner, that's all. Maybe they picked up a lot better than I thought, you know. I am entitled. Oh, I shouldn't have filled in an application form, should I?
Don't be so daft. Nice to see you, love. Nice.
That's better. Now, how have things been? I haven't had a chance to ask my husband yet. He skedaddled off to town hall before I could get my coat off proper.
Did he? Oh, well, things have been, you know, same.
Oh, how boring.
Yeah, I was saying that to Betty only this dinner. I said, Betty, ain't life boring?
What did she say?
Oh, Betty said, yes, life is very boring.
Are you feeling all right?
Well, I felt a bit sackless earlier on, but I've recovered. Well, you have to, haven't you?
I wasn't really inquiring about your health, Bet. I was just wondering, well, how you and Alf have been getting on, you know.
Me and Alf?
You haven't been falling out, have you?
Me and Alf?
That's twice you've said that. Yes, you and Alf, the fella are married.
Don't be silly. Why should me and Alf fall out? We've been like sisters.
No, I just thought, you know, with him dashing off like he did and you behaving, well, a bit strange, I just wonder whether you've been having a row or something.
Did you say we had?
I told you. He's hardly said anything.
Well, there you go, then. Least said, soonest mended. So if nothing's ever been said, nothing's ever been broken, has it?
Did you make it up?
I think I must have. I've never heard it before.
Been busy, have we?
Betty, love, I sometimes wonder how I keep up.
Yeah. Didn't think about doing out useful, did you, while you were waiting for me, like getting stuck into 200 or 300 of these mucky glasses?
Well, it did cross my mind, Betty, love, and then I thought, no. After all, Betty is the captain of our merry little band while the Queen Mother's away. And just because she's overslept, it's not my place to muscle in.
To put it another way, it's much more fun painting your nails. And for your information, I didn't oversleep. My bus never came.
Do you know, it's happening a lot, that, lately, since they improved the service.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Oh, hey, where did I last see nail polish that colour?
Where?
Oh, I Curse of the Vampires. After one of them had just finished the tea, or was it the supper?
Yeah, that were it. Roy Rogers were in it and Trigger.
Waterproof, is it?
Yeah.
It better be, for when you get stuck in that washing up.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
Hello, Freddie, love.
All right.
Can't grumble.
Yeah.
Well?
Well, what?
You know.
I know what?
I just know he's going to be maddening again. Freddie, love, what Betty wants to know is whether you did or you didn't last night.
Did or I didn't what?
Get anywhere with your girlfriend.
You know what Shakespeare said, don't you?
Shakespeare?
When in danger or in doubt, keep your flipping bugles out.
Oh, it was Shakespeare that said that, was it, Fred?
Yeah, to Anne Hathaway. Right up until it was Anne and all, I'll tell you.
Fancy. Wembley Stadium. Oh, who shall I say wants to speak to him? Freddie, love, it's for you, it's Alma.
Hello, Alma, love. Fred here. Oh, smashing. Lovely. Look, you're going to have to take this on the extension, love. It's a bit public here. And stick this back in the hoop for me, will you?
You don't think?
No. He'd know if there was no click.
Pity.
Yeah.
All right, you lot. Come on, let's see your bottoms.
Cheers.
And that includes you two. This isn't a phone booth, it's a pub.
Thanks. Thanks a million.
Well?
Are you going to tell Baldwin?
What do you think?
Do you really think?
What?
You know, Fred, I mean, Willie, you know.
Well, I think he will myself. And I reckon he could do a lot worse.
Yeah, I suppose he could.
They're nice.
Alf bought 'em.
I know. He had 'em in pub with him. I was pulling his leg about him.
There's been a lot of that going on lately, hasn't there, Bet? Leg pulling.
It was only a bit of fun, really, love.
No, but it does seem to have got out of hand.
It was only a bit of a laugh.
At Alf's expense.
Hey, kid, that were Alf's fault for taking off like a scared rabbit.
But he shouldn't have had to do, should he?
Well, I didn't make him do it.
Well, you see, you did in a way, Bet. Just by being here. Which just goes to prove, well, it's not on, is it?
Not on?
I'm sorry, Bet, but you're going to have to find somewhere else. I've had enough. And no messing about this time, eh?
Messing about?
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I'm not so sure that I do know what you mean, love.
Oh, come on, Bet, admit it. You've never made any attempt to find somewhere else. Well, not a serious attempt, anyway.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you or did you not stand at that bar, not, what, 3 months since with your nearest and dearest, and tell me to my face how sorry you be to see me go?
I know what I said, yeah.
Yeah, well, what you said is all I've got to go off, love. I'm not from outer space.
You know exactly how we felt. You just chose to ignore it. Anyway, that's not really the point, is it?
Isn't it?
No, not really. No more than this silly business is. It's the whole situation. You see, when you just get married at first, you don't expect to have another woman strolling around the house half naked while your husband's eating his cornflakes.
Now, come on. When have I ever so much as flashed a bare shoulder at your Alf in cold blood?
All right, I'm exaggerating, but not all that much. I know you don't do it on purpose, love, but... Well, it's just... You see, it's just that you're not like us, are you? I mean, look at that Cliff, whatever his name was, the one who had staying here.
Now, don't you start about him again. I thought we'd finish with him.
Well, it's just not on Bet, not when you're respectable. It's not fair on us or you.
Not fair? It is my flat, really, one I am paying very good rent for.
That's just it. It's not really a proper flat. You know, not self-contained. It's part of our house, our home. I mean, heavens above. Me and Alf aren't prudish or anything, but, well, your values aren't our values, are they?
Well, if you put it like that, kid, not a lot more to be said, is there?
No. I'm sorry, but... No, there isn't. No.